And just like any other disease, it has symptoms. There are symptoms to this disease. Some of the symptoms will be, you'll change your friends, because the truth is, druggies don't want to be with non-druggies. You got nothing in common. But non-druggies don't want to be with druggies because there's too much drama and crisis, and you can't change them anyway. You can't fix them even as a friend. That's a symptom. Your grades will fall off. I told you my son was on the honor roll about every semester. By the time he was a senior, I can't remember, he only needed like half a credit or 1 credit as a senior to graduate. Time he was a senior, his grades last semester were D's and F's. He went from A student to F student, because nothing matters except your drugs. You'll change your attitude because nothing is important. It really isn't, except getting high. Your life will revolve around that. And there'll be legal trouble. I told you how much it costs, right? Before my son started using all the time, he was a sacker at Price Chopper, and I mean, he squeezed a penny and made Lincoln scream in his grave. He had $1,000 in the bank, getting ready to go to college. He got on drugs, he was broke. And then he started stealing. He's been in jail in all 5 metro counties. Leavenworth County, Wyandotte County, Johnson County, Douglas County, and Jackson County, Missouri. While he was in Jackson County, Missouri, he witnessed somebody being stabbed. He was scared to be in Jackson County jail. Now, it wasn't because, he never had got a drug charge in all that time. Not a single drug charge. But he was stealing to support his habit, to support his addiction. He wasn't going out breaking into people's houses. He'd shoplift from the stores. But let me ask you, where do you think you steal first? Where would you steal? Who would you steal from first?
Your parents.
Right. Why?
Jesus,
You know where the money is, right?
yeah.
You know where the money is. Plus, your parents probably won't call the cops on you. And then you steal from brother and sister, right? Then you steal from grandpa and grandma. And then once everybody gets wise, you gotta get money because you gotta have this stuff, just like I needed oxygen, right? So you'll begin stealing from other, from stores and stuff. They have a lot of systems to catch you. This is, the symptoms lead to specific behaviors. I don't like talking about attitudes a lot. I like talking about observable behaviors, and these are behaviors. You'll become secretive. Now, honestly, everybody in here has secrets. I have secrets. We are entitled to our own secrets. That's the truth. But whenever you start using drugs, you'll become secretive to the point that it damages you. Your secrets will kill you. Because after all, it's illegal, right? You're dealing with people that aren't on the up and up. I mean, when they're sitting there, you're buying your drugs, and the guy's got a gun in his belt. I mean, it's not like going down to the local Walmart, is it? You'll always be broke because drugs are expensive. You will steal. I've told you about that. You will steal whatever you can steal. You'll demand privacy on the computer because you can set up deals, you can set up parties on the computer. And also, your phone will never leave your possession. I'm too late, I got a whole classroom full of drug addicts, right? You've all got your phones, don't you? Because that's your link to your dealer. Unexplained dents on your vehicle. When my son was a junior in this school, I bought him a 1985 Monte Carlo SS. Nice ride, right? About a year later, we had to get rid of it. When he was a senior, I got him a, late in the senior class, late in the year on senior, bought him a 2000 model Ford Ranger pickup, 4-wheel drive, step side. Dark blue in color, and it was nice, I'd drive it. And he drove it for a couple of years, and then I hid it. I took it away from him because I got to thinking, my name's on the title, my name's on the insurance, I know he's an addict, I know he drives it when he's high. That's not right, but more importantly, if he hit somebody and hurt somebody, how would I live with myself? Knowing all this, and it's my vehicle technically. So I took the truck and I hid it behind the barn at his grandpa's house and took it away. It sat there for 2 more years. He had no vehicle. By that time he had no money to have a phone. And I sold that truck 2 years ago for $500 for scrap metal. That's how bad it was tore up. There was not a single corner on it that wasn't ended up and torn up. I mean, even the dome light inside was ripped out. Stuff you would never dream of. And he'd say, what happened? You know, the bumper, he'd come back, I got there on maybe a Saturday or something, I looked and the bumper's half hanging on. I said, what happened? I don't know. And when he said that, I had to believe him because honestly, you'll get to the point you can't account for time and place. When you say, I don't know what happened, you honestly don't know what happened. But something happened. Now we talked about what we've led up to, what's led up to this. There are prevention strategies that all you guys can employ to not use drugs, to not reach that point that my son got to, not put your parents through the hell that I've lived. Because even with all of that, I told you, I love my son. And I'll do anything for him. Helps to support his recovery. But prevention strategy, look at your friends. I told you earlier to be honest with yourself. Your friends, your group, your clique, your buzz, whatever you want to say, you are a mirror image of that group. That's just the way it is. People hang together for reasons. And if you've got friends that are using drugs, that are partying, you will. And the really bad thing about it is you can't save them. And you can't fix them. You can be there if they decide to stop, but nobody quits for anybody else. Communication. If you need to talk to somebody, talk to Miss Mayberry, talk to a counselor, talk to a pastor, talk to anybody that you need to talk to. Right here is a stack of business cards. I'll talk about it later, but my telephone number's on those. Talk to me. I'm past the blame game. That train left a long time ago for me. I used to blame everybody for what my son got into. We don't go there anymore. But I'm going to tell you what, the most important person that you can talk to, the very best people you can talk to, are your parents.